Yes, sir. We can go ahead.
Yeah, please. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to last day of the program. That is qualitative data analysis using ATLAS.ti software. I hope I'm audible to all of you.
Yes.
Coming to the, yeah, thank you. Coming to the day 3, as we had a study session about basics of qualitative data analysis as well as interface of ATLAS.ti. Today, we are going to discuss about thematic analysis, content analysis, sentiment analysis, network analysis, and AI-powered qualitative data analysis. So we are trying to understand how to conduct. We'll try our best. I'll try my best to discuss all the features. One point here is that take any software, it's have a lot of features. But as per the syllabus, I can say that it's not required to call it a syllabus as such. As we discussed that this is what we are going to cover as a part of the workshop. So somebody can say that there are so many features. Yes, there are so many features. It is a version. Take it any topic, it can be a version, right? So coming to the justification side, as we promised it, we are going to talk about the topics that I mentioned, starting with the thematic analysis to AI. And we are also going to talk about it as a part of any kind of analysis, how one can present it as a part of the hands-on practice. I'm also going to review a couple of papers. I'm going to show you some of the papers, how various scholars are writing their research papers. So what we can learn from them. At the end of the class session, we are going to look at various scholars, what now papers they're publishing by using ATLAS.ti software. And same sample papers I'm going to share along with this particular PPT by tomorrow morning. Okay. Now coming to the day 3, let me start with the first one, thematic analysis. Irrespective of the methodology that you adopt as a part of qualitative research, ATLAS.ti has its own uniqueness. ATLAS.ti thematic analysis having its own uniqueness. Name itself indicates thematic analysis. As a researcher, whatever the data that you collected, you are going to come up with some kind of themes. We discussed on the day 2 how we are going to generate the themes. But let's have a brief understanding about what exactly is thematic analysis. Thematic analysis is a widely used qualitative research method that involves identifying, analyzing, and interpreting patterns or themes within a qualitative data. Like, for example, yesterday we are looking at 3 case studies like Vishesh, Gunj, and Jaipur rugs. What we did in order to come up with generating the codes, we started understanding the entire transcription. Then we started coming with the coding part. As you are, I believe that all of you might have done the assignment part. At least don't take it as assignment, but just as a part of learning progress. I believe that some of you might have done it. So today, how we are going to generate the themes from the code that you have created. Okay. So based on the interpretation of certain patterns, certain themes, we are going to come up with the data analysis. It provides a systematic way to make sense of large amount of qualitative information. Like it can be interview, it can be focus group discussion, it can be textual documents, it can be observation, whatever you're going to have it. One can able to identify the patterns, one can able to identify the themes. As I mentioned even yesterday, we have scholar Brown Clark in the year 2006. He came to he came with the steps of thematic analysis. First one is familiarizing with the data. As you are going to go through the entire data set, you are going to generate the themes. Let me go with one by one. First one is generating the themes. Now, when I talk about generating the themes, from the day one, I'm keep on emphasizing that as a respondent, he might be talking so much. As a respondent, he might be talking so much. As a interviewer, you can't stop him, right? Because you want to get more data. So in addition to what exactly data that you're getting it, there is a possibility that you'll get a lot of unnecessary data as well. But when it comes to the doing thematic analysis or when it comes to the doing data analysis, we should keep in your mind what are your research questions, what kind of research questions that you have framed before going to the field or before finalizing your research tool that you have it. This is part of my research work. Title of the research is Exploring the Impact of Social Enterprises on Community Development, a comparative analysis of Gunj, Vishesh, and Jaipur Rugs. This was my title of the research work. Like basically, I'm trying to understand how, as a social entrepreneur, you're able to create some kind of impact, and you're talking about community development, looking at different target group members like persons with disabilities, rural artisans, and we have the people those who not have access to clothes, right? So we have three enterprises which are creating some kind of social impact. I just want to compare now, to justify this particular title. I have some three questions. How do social enterprises like Gunj, Vishesh, Jaipur Rugs address socio-economic challenges while balancing economic goals with community empowerment? As we all know that social entrepreneurs coming with some kind of innovations, some kind of marketing strategies, some kind of business models, as they're good at networking skills, as they're good at risk calculation, right? Now, as a social entrepreneur, how they're able to address social and economic challenges of this particular target group members. At the same time, how they're able to balance their economic goals. Now, no social enterprise is giving anything at free of cost. Though they are adding social value, generating income is also one of the important aspect because they have to be sustainable as a social entrepreneurs, right? It is not just like any other NGO. There is a difference between NGO and social enterprise. As a social entrepreneur, you have to get you have to maximize your profits, and what are the profits that you are generating it, you are going to use it for serving the society. Right. Now, second question: what role do resource repurposing, skill development, inclusivity play in their operations? How do these practices impact marginal communities? Overall, I just want to understand how they're able to as a part of their operations, as a social enterprise operations, in terms of what kind of operation they're making on it, what kind of practices they're following on it, in order to create impact among this particular three target group members or marginalized communities. Lastly, what sustainable practices do these enterprises adopt to ensure long-term socio-economic growth? It's not like today you're serving, tomorrow you can't say that I don't have any services. How you're able to sustain in terms of providing services? What is the concept of sustainability in terms of ensuring that what are the growth that you're creating, they're going to follow the same, right? Now, as we have done yesterday, brief understanding of the randomly we have done some coding part. Randomly we have done yesterday coding part. We have done coding part after going through the entire transcript. Just because it is an exercise, it is a workshop, we don't have time to go through line by line, word by word, and come up systematically coding part. But I feel that I justified how to generate the code, right? Like familiarizing yourself with the data. That is first part. So we understood what Gunj is doing it, like urban waste repurposing, promoting dignity, urban rural connection. They are connecting between the rural area and urban area and rural infrastructure projects. Also, they're taking on. Jaipur Rex, they're main focusing on skill development of rural artisans. So they're able to ensure that artisans' livelihood is they're continuing, they have livelihood sources. As a result, they're able to empower social as well as economic empowerment point of view. Vishesh, they are providing training opportunities for the persons with disabilities. As a result, they're able to provide employment opportunities. This is what, at a layman point of view, as a limited understanding within the short time duration. So we understood what was the data that we have collected. Next one is generating the codes. Generating the codes. Now, as we done yesterday, we have generated certain codes, right? Now, if you spend some time, quality time, as I'm able to get is my own research work, though I may not able to share all the codes with you, but just for the sake of explaining in workshop, I just brought some codes with you. So we just brought certain codes so that you can understand how we are able to generate the code. As you are going to go through the entire transcription part, for each transcript, I just brought 5 codes so that nobody can misuse my data work because it's not published still. So that is the reason. Now we have generated certain codes. Like from each social enterprise, we have generated certain codes here. Now, next step is, sorry. Now, next step is searching for the themes. How to search for the themes, right? Let me share my Word document. So this is our title. These are my research questions. And we got around 15 codes. We got 15 is very less. Just for the sake of showing you that after generating the codes, how we are going to search for themes. How we are going to search for the themes. Now, the point is that number 3, that is searching for the themes. One has to go through all the codes. One has to go through all the codes. For example, I'm going through all the codes one by one. Just create some table. I believe my screen is visible. I'm working on Word document. Somebody can confirm it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please, please. Yeah. So just randomly put 3 or 4 some columns. Okay. Uh, 3 or some 4 columns. Just before looking your research questions, don't look at research questions right now. Before looking at research questions, try to understand the code that you have it. Like read this particular code, read this particular data or the entire transcript that you got it. What is meant by repurposing urban waste, building a trash-based economy, dignity in giving, urban. So try to read again and see whether how these particular codes can be connected. Like for example, I won't spend much time. Repurposing urban waste. I'll put it here. Okay. Then their urban waste, building trash-based economy. I'll put it here under this. I'm trying to see connectivity between these two codes. Sustainability can be trash-based. This can be clubbed under one. It can be okay. Sustainable, disability inclusion is something related to empowering point of view. Okay. Next, accessible workplace. It is also something related to inclusion point of view. So they are connected, right? Social barrier means you're talking about reducing the barriers or cutting that particular barriers or working on to how they can overcome these particular barriers. Okay. Artisan skill development can be one. Breaking poverty definitely this can be part of inclusion point of view or empowering point of view, right? So what I'm trying to say that try to understand your codes that you have generated. And you can see whether these particular codes are connected, how many codes are connected closely each other. For example, here, these 3 codes are talking about wastage, building trash-based economy, repurposing urban waste, sustainable reuse. One can easily understand, okay, this is something related to waste management. At least at this present time, I'm thinking that it can be related to waste management. So here we have something related to inclusion point of view. We have something like women empowerment, disability inclusion. So as a part of my target group members, as a social entrepreneur, we are contributing, we are empowering the people. How? By giving training, artisan skill development, we are giving it. We are providing training for the persons with disabilities, we are giving it. We are also social barriers reduction can come under here. Or my financial literacy, healthcare can come here. So what I'm just thinking that this is related to inclusion point of view. This is related to sustainability point of view. Now we need to see whether are you connecting these particular themes related to research questions or not. As a part of my research question, I'm talking about how do social enterprises address socio-economic challenges. Okay. Just imagine this is my first point of view. If I take this one as one heading, somewhere I'll keep it as a heading here. I'll have some about the cluster. Somewhere randomly putting, right now I'm not looking at addressing socio-economic, and maybe can come here, addressing socio-economic challenges. This can be, all things are coming under this particular aspect, right? Next one, we have what role, like what are the activities, operations, business models, marketing strategies, networking strategies, whatever you may call it, as a part of social entrepreneurship. What kind of practices they're following in order to impact marginalized communities, means in order to empower or create social value, empowering marginalized communities. Marginalized, don't worry about spelling mistakes, please. Marginalized communities, okay? Or you can say that what kind of impact practices. Take tentatively anything, whatever you feel, something related to the area that you're matching it, right? Impact of marginalized communities can be one theme. I can able to look at it. What sustainable practices does enterprises adopt? Sustainable practices can be one. I can say that this is one. This can come under, let me put it. We can't decide right now. Social barriers reduction, women empowerment, financial literacy can come here. Because you're not working for one day and you can't expect that every day they have to depend on you. You have to make them independent. So how you can make them independent, right? If you give the training, there is one very famous quotation. Uh, it was given by William Bill Drayton. He was the founder of Ashoka. That is Ashoka, the innovations for the public. I'm not able to tell exactly the quotation right now. Give fish. If you want to feed, give the fish for. That is going to be solved one day, right? But if you train him how to catch the fish, you're going to you're going to feed him for lifelong. Means you're going to make them independent of their own. So you can think of how things are connected with that. As a part of stage number 3, you are looking for themes from the code that you have generated. Don't take it other way, as we don't have much time. It is not that 10 hours workshop or any PhD coursework, but I'll try my best to give the overview of how we can generate the themes from it, right? We can able to generate the themes once we have some kind of clarity about the codes and reading the codes again and again, so that you can able to understand how these particular codes are connected. Let's take for
Sir,
example,
one
1 minute, sir.
question.
Please. I'll take the questions, please. Now, when you are generating the codes, looking at the themes generated from, like, Gunj is talking about trash-based economy, whereas Vishay is talking about creating jobs for the persons with disabilities. Jaipur is talking about addressing poverty-related issues, uh, breaking the vicious circle of poverty among the rural artisans, so that they are providing continuous livelihood sources for them. So basically, you're trying to address socio-economic challenges of your target group members. Just because I'm able to read the codes, just because I'm able to connect the codes, I'm able to come up this kind of tentative theme as a part of step 3. So similarly, we are going to conduct for the all the codes that you have generated. It is not compulsory that you are going to have 2 themes or 3 themes or 4 themes. Depends on the amount of data that you have it. Depends on the amount of coding you have done it. You're going to come up with a good number of codes and themes that you're going to have it. So balancing, if you want to go in detail about it, how it is going to be balancing. By each data transcript wise, you can able to connect it. Okay, let's take it. So this is way one can able to complete it. Now, once we have done it, searching for the themes, and that is not the final that you can't go for writing directly the report or thematic analysis, right? Tentatively understood something that these themes are connected. But again, you have to read. Again, you have to read each and every theme and how these particular themes are connected with every code that you have connected. So once we are going to read it, you are going to come to the conclusion that as you're reading it, there can be some kind of minor changes can be done. There can be some kind of, you can define it in a proper way. Let's take, for example, right now we have balancing socio-economic goals is a well supported by evidence from all 3 social enterprises. So you're coming with one heading while reviewing it. But I just want to put it in a better manner. How I can put it? inclusive models for balancing socio-economic goals. Because take any social enterprise, they're trying to come up with generating income. At the same time, they're also creating impact. What kind of impact? They're ensuring that every target group can be included in the mainstream society in terms of economically, in terms of socially, even environmentally also they're working on it. So basically, I can give the name. I think yesterday it was Mahesh sir, I think, asked some question. How we are going to go for coding, how we are going to give the names. It's all completely subjectivity. For example, I always feel happy when Vijay ma'am is talking. She's having good English skills, right? Good oratory skills. Now, definitely her communication, the kind of language, the kind of how much good at her English, that is going to influence the way you're going to analyze your work, right? Now, instead of simply giving one like this, you can come up with nice names, good names, connecting with your theme, you're connecting with your research objectives or research question that you have it. Next one, theme number 2. Each enterprise efforts to empower marginalized groups and highlight based on the codes that you have generated. Marginal groups, which highlights innovative and inclusive practices. Now here I'm coming with innovative practices for empowering marginalized communities. Why you are giving this particular title? Because if you look at all the themes and all the code that you have generated, it highlights the use of inclusivity. It talks about how they are able to use the resources, how what kind of training the program they are conducting. As a result, how they are able to uplift, how they are able to include in the mainstream society. Next one, the emphasis on sustainability is consistent and reflects the long-term impact strategies of the enterprises. When you talk about non-governmental organizations, they are completely depending on the charity-based organizations, right? So whenever there is any kind of financial crisis, NGOs say that we can't able to provide services because we're not able to get donations or charities this time due to various factors, maybe tax exemption, changes in economy, changes in advancement of technology, changes in legislations, even changes in FCR, or whatever may be the reason. NGOs may not able to continue to provide services on charity basis. But as a social entrepreneur, as you are saying that you want to provide services on continuous basis for a longer period of time, what kind of sustainability practices that you're going to follow it? So that is going to ensure that how we are defining and naming the themes. I'll take the questions. Mahesh, please wait for a few more minutes. Okay. Once we complete it, you are going to produce the report. We are going to produce the report. Producing the report is the final step in thematic analysis, where findings are presented in a structured and comprehensive format. This steps involves synthesizing the themes developed in the step 3, grounding them in data form. Step 2 means step 2 is nothing but generating the theme codes. Step 3 is searching for the themes. Step 2 and step 3 are more important. Step 4 and step 5, basically you are refining, you are reviewing the themes that you generated. You're trying to make correct your themes that you generated. You are going to come up proper names that you're going to give it. And when it comes to the sixth stage, finally, you are going to present your findings aligning with your research questions. Now, as you can see this here, this is for as a part of theoretical part. Now, with the help of the ATLAS.ti, we are going to have hands-on practice. Like we are going to talk about how one can generate the theme, because we already discussed how to generate the course yesterday. I also mentioned that each one must work on before coming for today's session. I believe that you must have done it. So once we generate the codes, we are going to first come up with the themes. Then we'll talk about sub-themes wise. Okay. This is what we are going to do right now as a part of the next session. Okay. Please come to the ATLAS.ti. I'll take the questions. Please wait. Let me complete hands-on practice. Please come to the ATLAS.ti. Okay. Uh, I believe each one must have worked on your coding system. Yes, no? In case if you haven't done it, that's fine. Let me please raise your hand. How many of you done coding part? Otherwise, simply
Yes,
can
sir.
follow my.
I have done, sir.
You have done it, Dr. Narendra Sai, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyone else? Raising those are raising hand. You have done the coding part, or you what it is? Akanksha.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
we have done.
Bidisha. Okay, great, great. Yeah. Okay, great. Now, as I mentioned, it is completely subjective, and I'm in advantage position as it is my project. I'm working from long time, so don't compare your codes, my codes. Don't take it other way also, right? As it is my individual project, I know every line, every statement of the one. So I have spent good time. That is the reason that you may find that there are a good number of codes. Okay. I have opened my sheet. I have opened my ATLAS.ti software. I request all the people, those who have done the coding part, please open your coding part. Right now, after opening it, left side, there is option called codes. Just click on the codes. Yesterday, we have done three coding, three or four or five. But today, as after completing with all the three data transcriptions, I'm having around 15. Some of you might be having 10, some of you might be having 20, 30 also. Irrespective of the number of codes, we all have around coding part, we have done it. For every data transcription, we have codes. How many data transcriptions we have? Look at the data documents. We have R1, R2, R3. We have three files. We have reviewed it. We understood based on the thematic analysis, that is familiarizing yourself, generating codes. We have completed two steps. Now we are going to do the third step, that is searching for the themes. Now, in order to search for the themes, first, I request all the members, please look at my screen, then you can practice it. At the left side, we have the option called code groups. I request all the members, left side under the project explorer, we have option called code groups. Right now, we don't have any code groups. Zero, it is showing it. I just want to create code groups. Just click on it. Just double click on it. Now you'll get this particular window. Right now, we haven't created any no code groups. We haven't created any no code groups. Now I just want to create code groups. What is code groups? What is code groups? Come to this particular point. These are the themes we have finalized. Inclusive business model for balancing socio-economic goals. Or you can take it like this. Simple one. First theme is balancing social and economic goals. I request all the members, balancing social and economic goals. I just want to create, I want to create the theme. In order to create the theme, after clicking on code groups, we got this particular window. As you can see that under code group manager, just click on new. Just click on new. Now here there is first option, new group. Click on new group. Just click on new group. It is asking create code group. What is the code group that you're going to create? Here I'm creating code group as, I'll give you some time, at least those are practicing along with me. Please type it as balancing social and economic goals. Here I'm putting theme, if you want, if you can keep it one. Theme number one. Theme number one, balancing social and economic goals. I hope I'm going a very slow space so that you can also practice simultaneously. Shall I go ahead? After giving the title, just click on create. We are able to create one theme. Now coming to this again, second one is empowering marginalized communities. Second theme, in order to create the second theme, again under the code group manager, just click on new. There is option called new group. Just click on it. This time, I'm going to give theme number 2. It is not compulsory, serial number 1, 2. Just for the sake of easy identification as a part of our exercise, I'm just giving 1, 2 serial numbers. Otherwise, it just simply can give a title itself. Okay. That is empowering marginalized communities. Empowering marginalized communities. That is theme number 2. Next, come to the question number 3. Sustainability for long-term growth. Sustainability for long-term growth or sustainability practices. Okay. Just click on again new, create new group, give the title theme number 3. Okay. Now we have 3 uh, themes we have it. We have 3 themes we have it. Right now we don't have any groups here, right? Now I just want to see what are the groups can be clubbed under it. Just go back here. Under the codes, just click on here. We got all the codes here. The moment I clicked theme number 1, we got all the 15 codes. We got all the 15 codes here. You can click any button, you'll get all the codes. But at the same time, please see that we got all the codes here. But right now, we don't have any code in any particular group. Whatever the codes that you're seeing right now, these are the codes that you have generated. Like codes 15, we have generated here. Now, I just want include this particular codes under theme. I believe it. Am I going here? Are there any questions here, please? Are there any questions here? Is it clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I understood.
Please. Now here we have 3 themes. As we are doing this particular work outside the ATLAS.ti. Inside the ATLAS.ti, it will take a lot of time. It's always better to do outside homework, outside the exercise. It's easy because we have MS Word or maybe paperwork. You can do that. You can able to connect it. You can able to reread again. You can do that part. Once you come to the codes as well as themes, then you can start working in ATLAS.ti. Now, as we have clarity, under each theme, for example, I'll talk about sustainable sub-theme later on. Right now, theme and code. Okay. Under balancing socio-economic goals, we have trash-based economy, sustainable livelihoods. We have 2 codes we have. Just for the sake of showing it. Balancing, I just click on it. Just select this particular theme. Under this particular theme, what are the codes that you want to give it? I want to put it building trash-based economy. Just double click it. I'm repeating again, Control Z. I think it is not happening. Let me show you one more. Sustainable livelihoods. Dignity in giving. See, I want to put this particular code under theme number 1. For that, what I have to do is select this particular code. Just double click on it. You can see that dignity in giving came here. Why it is coming here? Because I already selected. I just activated it. If I click on it, it is activated. Let's take, for example, let me go to the second theme. Just click on it, double click. It is activated. Right now in this theme, there are no codes. As per our understanding, we have disability inclusion, women empowerment. Okay. Disability inclusion is here. This particular code, I want to keep it under theme number 2. Just select it, double click on it. What I selected? Disability inclusion. Okay. Here. Women empowerment. I hope you're able to see that, right? What else we have? Skill development for artisans, we have it. Skill development for artisans. Where it skill development, it is gone. Next, come to the
ए में है, ए में.
sorry, madam.
ए में है, artisan skill. लिखा है, इट
अच्छा
इज
अच्छा
राइट,
ओके ओके
इट
अच्छा
इज।
ओके I couldn't find it. So okay, but you understood, right? Concept how to yeah yes. Acha. Okay, we got it. Next, come to the third theme. Under third theme, we have circular economy, sustainable through reuse, financial literacy, corporate engagement. Let me deactivate it. I have selected it. I means I have activated it. Corporate engagement here. Sustainability through reuse. How it came. For example, by the mistake, I have selected here. I want to take it back again. What I will do is just select it. As you can see here, there are right, left and right. You can take it back. If you want to select it again, you come get it back here. Now, sustainable reuse through reuse. I have selected. Either you can double click on it, or you can use this particular buttons like less than, greater than. We have it left side, right side. Right now, I'm just using this button. Sustainability through reuse. Financial literacy. I have selected. Then again, I'll click this particular button. Randomly I'm seeking. Don't worry about subject wise. Employment training here. Okay. Sustainable livelihood. So we have done. Uh, Now, how to know that how, for example, if you click on theme one, these are the codes we have. If you click on theme two, these are the codes we have. If you click on this part, these are the codes we have. But now I want to go for next. What is the next? Preparing the report. Right? So in order to do that part, as you can see that we have codes. At the top level, we have codes. Just click on the codes. No, there is Excel here. Just click on the Excel part. I just want to export what all the work that I have done in ATLAS.ti. What all I have done in the ATLAS.ti, I want to export it in the form of Excel sheet. I want to select all the items and all the code group, all the codes. Okay, everything I want to select it. Codes. Click on export. Let me save it. Code group manager. Export it to Excel. Sustainability. We have done it. This is coming with code group sustainability. We have only selected one. Let me select, come to the codes, code group manager. Here we got all the codes. Here under the codes, if you click on it, you'll come to know all the codes we have got it. I want to export this particular part. For that, there's option called export here. I'm repeating again. In order to take not one by one theme, I want to take all the themes and all the codes. For that, come to the codes. There's option called codes. If you click on the codes, this particular code manager window will open it. At the bottom, you can also see that how we have done coding part for every document. For every document, we have done 5 codings. Okay. Now I want to take all the codes and themes. For that, there is option called export. If we click on the export, there are a couple of options. I want to export code book in the Excel format, XLS format. Okay. This is the best option. There are so many options we have it, but this one I want to go for it. We are going to explore 2 options. One is report wise, second one is exporting wise. First, let me go with export. And where you want to export it, I want to export it on desktop. Name of the file is theme development. Save, click on export. Go back to we have all the codes. That is 15 codes. We have theme 1, we have theme 3, and we have, now it is showing theme 1 is coming. What are the codes we have it? And theme 2, how many codes we have clubbed? Under Theme 3, how many codes we have done it? Okay, I think we haven't done much work for the theme 1. We have done only 2 codes. So how we are arranging, that's one. Now come to the again part. Instead of going for exporting it, I want to go for report. I want to read it. Okay, all items, comments, quotes. Just click on create report. Just click on create report. It is generating a report of your findings. Here you're going to go through the way we have done thematic analysis, like accessible forms, artisan skill development. This is the data that is a coded part. Breaking poverty, building trust, corporate engagement, dignity in living. As you're going to go through entire text of it, we'll come to know whatever you have done coding part is really up to the mark or not. Okay. So this is all about generating the report and exporting this particular report into Excel format. From here, as a researcher, you are going to come up with your own analytical skills, your own data analysis skills. As a part of the ATLAS.ti, it may be ATLAS.ti, it may be NVIVO, or name it any software. It is going to help you up to this much extent. Later on, you have to come up with your own analytical skills. There are a few more topics I want to discuss about it as a part of, in general, as a part of thematic analysis, or name it any kind of analysis, like code groups. How we have generated themes, we have done right now. We already done right now. There is one more option, focus group coding. Dear participants, as a part of step number 3, we have completed generating the themes. That is nothing but code groups. You can call it as a generating themes or code groups we have created, right? Now, next one, focus group coding. This is another important feature of ATLAS.ti that we have it. Focus group coding in ATLAS.ti is a specialized process for analyzing data from focus group discussions. Now, as a part of focus group discussion, you may have some groups like group 1, group 2, group 3. Or you may have name of the respondent, age of the respondent, or you may have some kind of demographic profile. Right? For right now, we have 3 case studies. Vishesh, Jaipur Rugs, and Gunj. I want to analyze my data based on the name of the speaker, name of the respondent wise. Like Vishesh, what he was talking about it. Gunj, Gunj founder, Anshu Gupta, what he was talking about it. Jaipur Rugs, what he's talking about it. What is the gender? What was the year they have launched? What is the age of the founder? If you have any kind of demographic profile, if you want to identify location wise, name of the organization wise. So in that case, focus group coding. It involves identifying and categorizing different segments of the conversation, often attributed to specific speakers, to understand the dynamics and themes that emerge within the group interaction. As you're talking about inclusive practices of social enterprises, we have 3 social enterprises, but each social enterprise have different purpose. For example, one social entrepreneur talking from the perspective of persons with disabilities, whereas another respondent talking from the perspective of rural artisans. So, but they're talking about inclusive practices, right? How they're empowering it. But each respondent have different way of working on it, different kind of practices they have. So you can able to see diversity. You can able to see different kind of patterns, the way they are working towards inclusive development point of view. So you can able to identify with the help of the speaker name. While identifying the patterns, there are 2 steps. We always have to write either pattern 1 or pattern 2. I'll show you with the help of the data, and I'll be sharing this particular data sets with you as well. If you're writing name, you have to write name plus colon. Or pattern 2, you have to write at the rate name. Maybe you can understand how you can do that practice. Right now, let me save it first. You can also save it. Those who worked along with me, please save this particular project with you. Let me open new project, create new project. Name of the project is focused coding. Focused coding. Focused coding. Yes. So this is my new file. Here I haven't opened any more documents. Okay. Right now we don't have any documents. I'm going to add new documents. Let me show you how these particular documents are different from previous documents. You can take note, you can make changes accordingly in your documents. Let me open the document number 1. Here you can see that I have the demographic profile of my respondent. Now I have followed pattern number 1. Pattern number 1, name and colon. It may be name, it may be gender, it may be age, it may be the location, it may be name of the organization, it may be name of the country. Okay, just give the colon. Okay, otherwise give the at symbol. So these are the two different patterns we have it. Okay, in this particular case, as you can see here, name colon I have given, gender colon I have given, location colon, that is pattern number 1. So either you can follow pattern number 1 or pattern number 2. So for every case we have, let me open case number 2. Vishesh, male, Chennai. Tentatively I mentioned male. Uh, okay. Then we have case number 3, Jaipur, male, Rajasthan. Now I want to do focus coding. How to do focus coding? Just go to this particular part, search. Let me select it here. Right side will come. Search, we have it, focus coding, analyze, tools. Where it is? Sorry for it, just 1 minute. Let me open the other document. I'm sharing my screen. This is confusing. Yeah. Now, as a part of the focus coding, I'm just going to documents. Just double click on it. I'll repeat it again. In order to do the focus coding, just double click on documents. Okay. The moment you double click on the documents, focus coding will be opened. At the same time, you can also see document manager. You can also see document manager as well. I hope you got it here. Now here, as a part of the focus coding, after opening the documents, there is option called analyze. Select all the documents that you want to analyze it. Go to the analyze button. There is option, if you scroll your cursor down, you can able to see there is option called focus group coding. Dear participants, I'm just repeating again. I have done I want to go for a focus coding part. In order to do that part, you have to go to the documents, just double click on it. You'll get all the documents here. You have to go to documents, just open the documents. You'll get all the documents. Just select all the 3 documents with the help of shift plus down arrow button. and go to Analyze. And if you scroll your cursor down, you can able to see there is option called Focus Group Coding. Focus Group Coding. Just click on it. Now, as you can see that there are two patterns. And if you want to follow any other pattern, you can also give some custom. You can also design your own. Okay. Right now, we are following pattern number one. Pattern number one. So I have selected the pattern number one. By default, it is already there. But in case if I am following pattern number two, I can select it. As we are following pattern number one, I have selected it. Just click on the next. Now, as a part of my data in my interview transcripts, I have name, I have gender, I have location, and it's talking about something Vishesh and which is not meaningful right now. Okay, so you can unselect it. Either you can select all and you can deselect all, and one by one you can select it. So right now, I want to go with the name wise. I want to go with the gender wise. I want to go with the location wise. Okay, I have selected what all I want it. After doing these particular three selections, just click on code. Coding successfully created, close it. Coding successfully created, just close it. Just come to the part. Look at here. I request all the participants. Right now, I have opened document number 3, name, gender, location wise. Location wise. Come to the document number 2, name, gender, location. I'm sure you might have seen right now we have research question. I mean, we have a question as well as response. You might have seen so many interview transcripts where you'll have name of the interviewer, name of the respondent, like speaker 1, speaker 2, or interviewer, interview. So in that kind of data transcriptions, it is really helpful. If you have that kind of data transcriptions where we have name of the respondent, name of the interviewer. As the interviewer, we are asking question. As a respondent, they're answering it. So you can able to see that conversations like some narratives as a part of your data transcriptions. In that case, it is going to help you to track easily what respondent number 1 said, what number respondent number 2 said, what respondent number 3 said. But as time is very limited, so I just explained what is the use of focus group coding part. Come to the next part, we have merging codes. Merging codes. Maybe as a part of thematic analysis, or for that matter, any type of analysis. Sometimes you feel that you want to some merge codes. These particular codes are repeated. Like for example, merging codes in ATLAS.ti is a crucial step in qualitative data analysis, allowing researchers to streamline their coding system and improve the clarity and coherence of their findings. Here is a breakdown of the process. Like whenever you feel there is a redundancy, like if you feel the two or more codes are essentially represent the same kind of concept, same idea, so you feel that you can club it, this particular two codes. Second purpose is that hierarchical relationship. When codes are hierarchically related, merging them into a broader, more abstract code can provide a clear idea. Evolving understanding. As you are reading again themes, again codes, you're reading it, you feel that this particular codes can be clubbed or combined together. How to do that? Go back to again data analysis part. Let me open my documents. Project Navigator, Project Explorer. Yeah. In case if you find it is missing, if you find this particular screen is missing left side, just go to Navigator, click on Project Explorer. You'll get back to your previous version. Now, we are talking about merging the codes. Now, in this particular code, we don't have codes, right? Let me close it. Let me close it. I'm going to come to the previous one. like where we have developed the themes. In that particular document, we have 15 codes, we have it. Left side, we have 15 codes. Just look at it here. I'm thinking that empowerment, social barriers. Not by subjective value, just for the sake of example. Just imagine that employment training and skill development, though it is talking about artisan skill development, but I'm just thinking that I want club, just for the sake of showing the example of how to merge the code. But as a subject wise, as a part of findings wise, both are different. We cannot merge it. Just in order to understand the concept of merging. So I selected employment training, shift, artisans, sorry, control, and employment training. Dear participants, we are discussing about how to merge two codes as a single code. Sometimes you feel that you have unnecessary codes, they are repetitions. So you want to come up with some new code, right? By merging these two. In order to do that, I want to merge employment training and artisan skill development with the help of the control button. I will repeat it again. I haven't selected. With the help of the control button, first of all, I have selected artisan skill development. Click on control button, employment training. As you can see that I have selected two codes, right? And keep your control button same. There is option called, right? If you right click it, you'll get merge. Just click on the merge. Now, the point here is that you are thinking that this particular two codes are same, somewhere close to connected. And you want to give employment training. Instead of having two codes, you want to club both the narratives. You are only clubbing the you are clubbing the codes as a employment training or as a artisan skill development. As per your choice, I am thinking that artisan skill development can come under employment training. So that is my target. That is the main code. After merging, I want to give that name. That is employment training. Have selected my merge target group as a employment training. Click on merge code. Click on merge code. Now, look at here, employment training, we have two codes. Now, I just want to understand here. Do we have artisan skill training? Look at the right side. If you look at here, I hope my screen is visible. I'm not able to maximize it. We're able to see that there are two codes under employment training, and you can't find artisan skill training program. Means I'm able to merge it. I'm able to merge the concepts. And you can able to see that there is a yellow color just because we have done with the merging part. So it is highlighting with the yellow color. Okay. Coming to the next part. Split coding. Splitting codes in ATLAS.ti is a valuable technique. What is time? Splitting codes in ATLAS.ti is a valuable technique for refining your coding system and gaining deeper insights into your data. Whenever you want to split the codes, like if you feel they are very broad and you want to come to the two categories. When it comes to, let me show you that. Look at here. We have discussed about themes and codes, but I'm just thinking that under this particular theme, looking at the nature of the codes that you have it, I can able to come up with sub-themes as well. One is economic sustainability. Second one is community empowerment. Your codes are demanding, your codes require to have two sub-themes, balancing social and economic goals. As we have diverse cases, as we have good number of codes, there is a possibility that you can come up with two sub-themes instead of relying only on one main theme. Like economic sustainability, under economic sustainability, looking at the nature of the theme, trash-based economy, sustainable livelihood can be clubbed under economic sustainability. Dignity in giving accessible workplace can come under community empowerment. So how to do that part? How to do that part, right? Now, we have code groups. Just click on the code groups, we have it. Here we have themes, code groups, we have it. I just want to come up the sub themes here. I want to come up to the sub themes here. On the left side of my screen, theme number 1, theme number 2, theme number 3. Okay. Just click on theme number 1. Just click on with the help of your mouse. Just click on right click. One minute. Code groups, we have it. Within that, yeah, I got it. Look at here, please. Under code groups, under the code groups, just click on that particular triangle. Okay. If you click on that particular triangle, under each theme, we have codes, we have it. Now I just want to keep this particular codes. I want to split it. For that, just right click, select that particular code, right click, split into codes, split into subcodes, split into subcodes. Just click on it. Right now we have only one. Cancel. Copy, split, split. We have only where we have two codes. Somewhere we have two codes, right? There is employment training, we had two codes, right? Into subcodes. Now I just want to split it, these two codes. Okay. Just add codes here. I want to club it employment training. I want to make into two codes, employment training. One can be artisans, artisans training. Second one, PWD, persons with PWD training. Okay. Looking at the nature of the findings or coding, we have it. Third one, rural people training, because our Gunj is working with the rural people, not only for the people, those who required clothing services. Whenever there is any kind of disasters, natural calamities, they'll also work with the rural infrastructure. They'll take the work from the people because in order to protect their dignity, they don't give free of cost. Some places, they said that if you feel bad, you do work for us as a part of rural infrastructure development. And for your contribution, we are giving clothes or you are giving household stuff for you. So rural people, how to put it? Rural people, skill development. Rural people skill development. I want to develop employment training under three categories. Create. Now, please look at here. Now, depends on the codes. It depends on the number of themes that you got it. I want to keep without reading. Without reading blindly, I'm selecting. Okay. Just for the sake of showing you how we are going to split it. Look at here. Now, split code. Please look at employment. I have divided into three codes. Employment training for artisans, employment training for PWD, employment training for rural people. Okay. Now, I think time we are running back. I expected that I'll go very fast. Mm, Don't worry, even if it's 10 minutes late, we'll complete the entire syllabus that we plan to cover it. Okay. This is briefly about what is thematic analysis. I hope, believe, some extent I'm able to justify, right, step by step with the help of the hands-on practice, with the help of the case study. But I request all the members, again, please watch this particular video sometime and try to practice it so that you'll learn it. I'm just practicing, but still, you might have seen one or two places I get confused myself. So definitely you can learn easily, but practice is required. Now, coming to the second part, content analysis in ATLAS.ti software. Content analysis is one of the important data analysis technique in qualitative research. Content analysis is a qualitative research method used to systematically analyze textual, visual, and audio data. It involves identifying patterns, themes, categories. Just like how we have done thematic analysis, we are going to identify the themes and categories, and we are going to give the meaning to that. Unlike thematic analysis, which emphasizes broader interpretation and thematic development, content analysis is more focused on quantifying and categorizing the presence of specific elements in the data. Uh, Yesterday, I think one of our participant was asking whether thematic analysis is inductive method or qualitative analysis is inductive method. Qualitative analysis is a part of inductive analysis, but when it comes to content analysis, we have three types of analysis: inductive analysis, deductive analysis, summative analysis. When you talk about inductive analysis, it is a conventional analysis, like we are going to identify the categories, themes, we are going to explore, just like a thematic part. It is also part of content analysis. Second one, we have deductive content analysis. Means we have certain theories. Like other day, I was talking about human development index, Amartya Sen capability approach, John Rawls theory of justice. Take it any theory. It depends on the background that you're coming from, right? If you're coming from psychology, Sigmund Freud theory, psychosocial development. So you have gone through certain theories. Based on that particular theory, you have collected data. So you already have some coding system. Certain concepts are there in the code, in that particular theory. So you always look for what is theory talking about it, what kind of data that you collected. You're going to align with that particular theory and your data. That is called deductive coding. Last one, we have summative analysis. It's combination of both quantitative and qualitative. It's more of quantifying, we are going to have practice with the help of ATLAS.ti, as we can't cover everything, but with the help of the ATLAS.ti or with the help of NVIVO, what are the features we have it is more useful for all the three, but we have very good data visualization tools in order to present content analysis. With the help of the content analysis, we are going to do it some summative content analysis. Summative content analysis is a subtype of content analysis that combines quantitative as well as qualitative. It involves counting the frequency of specific keywords, phrases, concepts. Okay. I'm sure some of you might be coming from law background. There might be scholars coming from media or cultural studies, humanities. You might be referring to media reports, news reports, journalism, mass communication, right? If you're coming from that kind of background, of course, I'm not saying that other people can't utilize it, but when it comes to the people, those are coming from this kind of backgrounds, they use on regular basis content analysis, right? They're going to quantify it. They look at the context. They're going to combine different techniques here. So let's look at here what all we can do as a part of a summative content analysis. We are going to go by step by step. We are going to define keywords. We are going to look for keywords. We are going to look for key concepts. We look for searching for the certain theories, count frequency. We are going to prepare a word cloud here. One can also prepare a bar chart here. And one can also prepare frequency table, how we have done the coding part as well. Okay. Let's see with the help of the data set. Please go to the ATLAS.ti. Navigator, Project Explorer. Yes. Now, we are going to carry first one. Go to search and code. I request all the members. There is option called search and code. Just click on it. We have there is option called text search. Just click on text search. Just click on the text search. It will take some time. Where is it? Text search. Yeah, I got the text. After clicking on the text search, I got this particular window, new window. Okay. Now, I have 3 documents. As you all know that what the context of each document. But from this particular document, just imagine that as a part of your research methodology, review of literature, you are going through around 100 documents. But 100 documents you want to go through, but you don't have time. But you want to read about particular concept from every document. Point number 1, there are 100 files which are talking about particular concept, but you don't have time. But you want to get that particular concept from every document. So either you can search from the documents or you can search from the groups wise. There are 2 options. I can search from the documents. I can also search from the codes. If I want to know which social entrepreneur talking about skill development, I can search it. But if I want to search from the entire document or entire interview transcription about particular concept, I have to go for document wise. There are 2 options are available in order to use the concept of text search. If you are using as a part of review of literature, as a part of your secondary data, where you feel that you have a lot of materials, but you can't read every document. But from every document, you want to learn about that particular concept. I have 3 documents, okay? But I want to read only about impact. I want to read only about impact. Let's see whether it is showing anything. There are 2 files are opened. 3. Yeah. From the documents, I want to read about impact. Is not showing any concept. Let me find social. Let me do one thing.
Marginalized.
First, select it all. Select all the 3 documents. Okay. Now just type social. Just click on social and continue. Now it is asking whether you want to select that particular entire paragraph wherever there is a word social, or you want to select only the particular sentence wherever it mentioned social, or you want to only select exact word or exact match. I want to select entire paragraph wherever it mentioned social. Name of the word is social. I want to find the word social from all the 3 data transcriptions. Okay. It is also showing synonyms like social. What is the synonyms? We have it. Okay. After giving the name, that concept that you want to search it, at the bottom, you can also say that include inflected forms means, for example, if you take the word run, it also takes like running, ran, runs. It considers all the terms. If I say social, socials, also it will take it. There is no word, right? Socials. Social, right? Just click on it and show results. Now look at here. From document number 2, there is a word question number 2. There is a social. There is a social. As we have only 3 documents, this amount of data you got it. Imagine that as a part of your secondary, as a part of secondary data analysis, as a part of your review of literature, we have 100 files. And from every file, you want to trace particular information. I think there is Professor Narendra sir. I think he's coming from law background. If I want to find out about particular section, for example, if you look at the case studies or cases, Supreme Court and High Court judgments, you'll find 200 pages, 300 pages also. But you don't want to read entire judgment, but you want to know about particular section in order to learn about it, right? In that case, text search is the best option. After searching it, if you feel that you want to go for coding, For example, I want to go for coding part. Just click on apply code. What kind of code I can give? What I feel. For example, I want to give the code as a social. Wherever there's a word social empowerment. So you can think of code, I can give the code as a part of it. Okay. This is called text search. Next one, we have regular expression search. Both are similar. Okay. Named entity recognition. Just click on it here. Just click on the named entity recognition. It will identify the name of the person. It will identify the location. Just like how we have done focus coding part. One can do named entity recognition from documents. One can also do from coding part. If you want to do from documents, you can select it. For example, I have selected one document. Just click on continue. It is going to identify persons, location, organization, miscellaneous. Continue. There is one Shashank Awasti is the name is there, one name. So it identified it. Click it. Just show the result. Okay. So this is all about it. In case we have interviewer or interview name of the persons, you can also do that part. Further, after identifying it, if you want to go for coding part, you can also give the coding part. Okay. Next one, I'll talk about sentiment analysis after some time. Come to the concept. Just like text search, just like a text search, I just want to identify the concepts. Just click on the concepts. I just want to know as a part of my generating the codes. I just want to understand what are the basic concepts are covered by respond number one. I'm not reading it. I just want to have some glance of the entire interview transcript. What are the basic concepts are covered? So for that we have concepts. Let me go to document number 2. Basically, it is a word cloud. As a part of the concepts, it is giving you these are all concepts are available here. If you want to take this particular picture, there is option called image. Just click on it. You can export it in the form of PNG format. You can generate it, images. You can save it. I have selected all the 3 documents. From all the 3 documents, these are the most important concept. I can generate the image. I can see the list of the concepts are emerging. I can see the list of the concepts are emerging. Like for example, word number, concept name is issue. It is repeated around 7 times. Company, it is repeated around 6 times. Disability, repeated 5 times. So it is giving the list frequency. As I mentioned, as a part of content analysis, we are going to talk about frequency count. Okay. Frequency count, we are going to get it. I just want to create cloud. That is already there. List, we have it. Tree map. So it shows how the concepts are coming up. It is a big size is big, issue number size is big because it is repeated 7 times. Based on the frequency, you can see that this particular box size is very lengthy compared to other boxes. Here 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7. So this is called models. This is another one. Let me check it. It will work out. No. So these are the some of the options. If you want to go for further modeling that is available, we can think of it. We have to go for advanced versions. If you have license version, you can go for it. My license version almost going to expire. Just close it. So one can do with the concept wise. Just like a concept, we have open mining. Just look at it what it is. I have selected file number 1. It is not much helpful. Basically, it is showing from document number 1 what all green color, it means they are positive, they are negative. But it won't make much sense. Really, it won't help you at all. Open mining, it won't help you much, at least as we have very limited data, and context also is not suiting here. So we can't come up with any kind of proper interpretation part. Okay. So just close it, open mining, close the concept. Last one is as a part of content analysis, we have word frequencies. Word frequencies, we can go with the document one. So just like what we have done concepts, the term disability is repeated 4 times, not disability, disabilities. Okay, social is repeated 4 times, length, employment. If I want to take these particular words, what I can do, I can go to the list, I can export it in the form of Excel sheet. I can export this particular entire frequency. I can prepare charts like this. I can prepare this kind of chart. I can prepare this kind of tables. Let me show you one more option. Threshold, we have list, we have cloud. Cloud also we have it. Cancel. Cloud also we can create. Okay. Filters. Next, threshold. There is one more option where we can. We'll get back to you. So this is all about how one can create content analysis like text to search concepts, basic concepts, theories, section wise, concept wise, search the people, name wise, location wise, country wise, and concepts, open mining, word frequency, almost more or less same. Okay. This is all about how one can do content analysis. Now, next, come to the sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis is another popular qualitative data analysis. I'm sure many of you might have seen various reports where they have used sentiment analysis as a part of it. Imagine that Professor Mahesh, don't mind, he wanted to buy a new laptop. Okay, so what he will do, you'll go for Amazon, Flipkart, and you will see the review. You will see the review of the entire feedback. You'll first search the price. You'll look for the features of the product that you want to buy it. Has is ready to buy, ready to spend around 1 lakh rupees or 1,20,000 rupees as a part of laptop, advanced laptop. If you're spending that much amount of money, you'll also look for the feedback reviews from various customers. Now, when you're looking for the feedback or customer reviews customers, it will take a lot of your time to go through every comment by comment. But if you want to understand the entire comments in a single slide or single space, or everything should be identified, positive comments, negative comments, or neutral comments, it is really helpful, right? So in that case, we are going to use sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis in ATLAS.ti is a powerful tool that helps researchers understand the emotional tone and underlying attitudes expressed in textual data. It can be social media data, it can be movie review, it can be product review, it can be your profile reviews or YouTube reviews, name it anything, right? Basically, textual data. It leverages natural language processing techniques to automatically classify the text segment as positive, negative, and neutral. So instead of you are spending manually going through every comment, every feedback, with the help of this particular certain algorithms, it is going to automatically identify the positive sentiments, negative sentiments, and emotional sentiments. Moreover, it is also going to help you a lot of accuracy also can able to see on what basis it is considered as a negative, positive, neutral, right? It will also give you some deeper insights about your data as well. For example, imagine that you are analyzing customer feedback on a new product. In that case, you are going to get the overall sentiment score, overall sentiment feedback, specific areas of concern, pattern of sentiment. You are going to get it. Let's try to understand how one can do that part. Go to ATLAS.ti. Go to the home page, add files. I'm going to give this particular file with you all sometime. By tomorrow, sometime I'll give you this. Maybe if you can go to any review, Let me stop my screen. I'll get back to you with the file. I think you can practice only this particular data. We can also understand from our own data what is the positive and negative aspect of our own data from the coding we have done. Let me share my screen. Sorry. We already have 3 files. From each file, I want to identify the positive sentiments, negative sentiments, and neutral sentiments. Okay. So what you have to do, just go to search and code. There is option called sentiment analysis. There is option called sentiment analysis. Just click on it. Just click on it, sentiment analysis. Now one can do sentiment analysis just like other options I mentioned earlier. You can look at the sentiments by document wise, like document 1, document 2, document 3, or you can also search sentiments by coding wise. What are the code that you have generated? Okay. If you want to look at the code wise, select what are the codes that you want to do. Let me select all the codes because we have hardly 15 codes. So I have selected all codes. Okay. As you can see that I have selected around 14 codes it's showing because we have one code. We have merged it. So right now we have 14 codes. After selecting the codes that you want to go for sentiment analysis, just click on continue. Now, as a part of sentiment analysis, here we have quotations. That is, as you're going to code, you're also going to simultaneously prepare quotations. Sorry, where it gone? Yeah. As you're preparing quotes, simultaneously, we are also going to have quotations. That is narratives or significant findings. Now, I want to identify positive. I want to identify neutral. I also identify negative. In case, if my context is not referring just simply positive, I just want to identify positive attitude or positive impact. Let's, for the sake of example, instead of simply putting as a positive, neutral, negative, as you're talking about social enterprise impact point of view, let me talk about positive impact, neutral impact, negative impact. Or maybe I can say that positive attitudes, negative attitudes, depends on the context of, depends on the subject that you're dealing with. We have some freedom. Okay. I have given positive impact, neutral impact, negative impact. Just show results. You can maximize it. Now, it is not highlighted here, but it identified the what the sentiment is all about it, like neutral impact, positive impact. After cross verifying, after you're going through that, if you're fine with this statement, like neutral impact, you can go with one by one, like you can finalize it. If you want to finalize it, as you can see right side, apply proposed codes. Just click on it. I can directly apply positive impact codes, neutral impact codes, negative impact codes. I can do one by one after reading it. But if you're confident or you have already gone through that, if you feel all are correct, just click on apply all codes. You can see right now we got sentiment analysis. Let me show you. Uh, just close it. Just close this particular part. Come to the our project explorer. We have tap into screen. Mhm. Okay, codes, code manager. Code groups. My window has gone here. Let me see the codes here. If you look at the code, earlier we got 14 codes, right? When we have done coding part. After completing the sentiment analysis, just click here. And after clicking here, just scroll your cursor down. You can see that there are 15 codes related to sentiment. Related to sentiment. Just let me see what the sentiment is all about. Just there is a triangle button. Just click on this particular triangle button. Just click on this particular triangle button under sentiment. You can able to see that we have negative impact, 3 codes are generated. Neutral impact, 8 codes are generated. Positive impact, 4 codes are generated. Okay, just I want to understand what are the negative, what are the positive, what are the neutral. Let me see, there's a neutral is we have good number. Just I'm double clicking on it. I got all the 8 neutral comments. I can go through that. I can come up with the analysis part. I can come to my feedback. I can come to my decision based on positive, negative, whether I have to go for this particular product, whether I have to go for this particular movie or not. Okay. So in this way, it is going to help you. If you want to export it, just click on export. Just like how we have done earlier, you can export it directly. Just cancel it. Now, next one. Next one we have this network analysis in ATLAS.ti. Network analysis is another important popular data analysis one can do. It required some analytical skills, some kind of creativity also. Those are good at creativity. Those who can able to connect the concepts. I can say that instead of those are good at the concept, those who have familiarity with the concepts, those that have gone through the entire concept, they can able to connect concepts properly. For example, network analysis in ATLAS.ti is a powerful technique for visualizing and exploring relationships within your qualitative data. It allows you to represent your data as a network of interconnected nodes. Like we have interconnected codes where nodes can represent various entities such as codes, quotations, documents, even researchers. So it depends on the data that you are presenting as a part of your Atlas say, software, as a part of your Atlas project. It can be codes, it can be quotations, it can be documents, it can be profiles like different kind of researchers. One can able to connect it. What are the main features? Visualizing relationships. Network analysis provides a visual representation of complex relationships between different elements in your data, making it easier to identify patterns, clusters, and influential nodes. It includes codes, quotations, documents. Identifying the key themes, exploring major key occurrence of the concepts, okay, occurrence of keywords or patterns, understanding the influence. What is influencing? What is cause and effect relationship? What are the associations? What are the relationships? One can able to identify here. Let's say, for example, I just want to talk about my first one of the respondent, like Gunj, right? I can present it as these days we have a lot of data visualization tools. Even as a part of your classroom, instead of writing test entire slide with the text, you can also present some visualizations, and it will be more interactive, more attractive to the your respondents, your participants. I have taken a good amount of time just only to ensure that you might be interested, at least some of you might be interested, to looking at the concepts, the images that I have presented as a part of this particular slides. Okay. Now, though I'm talking about Gunj, instead of writing it as a paragraph, I'm able to connect the concepts. Like this is one concept, this is one concept, this is one concept. What are the Gunj initiatives? Okay, what kind of inclusive initiatives they are taking on it? What are the sustainability practices they're following on it? So we are connecting the concepts here. Let's see here. Now, in order to come to the network analysis, come to the new entities. There is option called come to the new entities. Under the new entities, we have option new network. We are going to create a network. Name of the network is social impact. Social impact network. Just click on create. Just click on create network. Now in order to create the network, we are going to use codes. We are going to use the codes. Okay. Code manager. Where my project explorer gone? This is not visible. I got the codes, but I just want to create network analysis for that. Seriously. Let me save it and open it. Okay. Because I don't want to compromise this one. Let me close it. Yeah. Thank God. So we got left side codes. Okay. Now, based on the code that I have generated, I want to create network analysis. I want to create network analysis. Just go to new entities. There is option called new network. Name of the network is social impact. Name of the network is social impact. Create impact. Dear participants, as you can see that we are going to create network. Left side, we have all the codes, all the documents that we have generated. And we have working space, that is, we are going to create network analysis. Okay. Now, in order to create the network, if you take simple example from our own data, if you have Gunj is talking about trash-based economy, urban-rural connections. Okay, let me put it blindly. We are talking about social impact. Let me sustainability. Sustainable livelihood. I just selected drag and drop here. Have selected it, drag and drop here. Okay. I'll repeat it again. After selecting the sustainable livelihood source, sustainable livelihood sources for whom? For persons with disabilities. So I have selected drag and drop here. Later on, we'll connect it. Let me select one more. We have women empowerment. I have selected drag and drop here. Rural artisans, I think we have clubbed with the training program. Sustainable livelihoods, breaking barrier, breaking poverty cycles. Okay. Inclusive working places, that is accessible forms. Okay. I think this is much is enough. We have to discuss very important concept, AI coding part. Now I just want to connect it. Just select this particular concept. I have selected this particular concept. The moment I selected, you can see one rectangle boss. Square, sorry, is it square or rectangle? Square, okay. As you can see that there is one square. For example, if I'm selecting here, I can able to see one square. Here, I can see one square. Now, I want to connect it. How we are able to provide sustainable livelihood sources? Sustainable livelihood source is coming from just because we are able to create inclusive environment, disability inclusion. So I can able to connect it like this. The moment I connect it, automatically without my pressing the mouse button, it is opened. What kind of relationship that you are going to create it? Is it disability inclusion is a property of sustainable livelihood? Is it contradict sustainable livelihood? Is it part of sustainable livelihood? Disability inclusion is cause of sustainable livelihood. So you know what is the concept? How what, is it associated? Is cause and connect associated? So you can able to see. You can also see new relationship type as well. Now disability inclusion, I can see that sustainable livelihood is cause of disability inclusion. Yes. Disability inclusion. Okay, I connected one concept. Sustainable livelihood is cause of, as we are able to include them, we can able to ensure that even person with disabilities are independent. They're able to go get their own resources. They go for job. Okay, women empowerment. Women empowerment leads to sustainable livelihood source. Right? I connected. Women empowerment is cause of, is associated with sustainable. I hope you understood what exactly I'm trying to say. Convey here that women empowerment leads to sustain cause of. I'm just putting it. Breaking cycle, breaking poverty cycles. Select it. Randomly, I'm putting it just because we don't have much time. Just connect it. Just connect it. And if you want to make changes, for example, I have presented this particular, don't go by subject value. Just look at only the, I think I need to put it out. Something blindly I kept it, okay? We have cause and we have taken the cause and kept it. But I want to present it in a very attractive way, or I'm not liking the layout. What you can do, just go to the layout here. There are a couple of options are available, like circle. I can put it a circle. If I'm, yes, if I'm not liking it, hierarchical top down. In case if I'm not liking it, bottom up. In case right, left, right. You can also arrange. Right now it is not visible. Let me bring front, send back. So there are so many options are here. You can also resize it. Couple of options. If I want to export it, for example, I want to export this particular image. Just click on export. Either you can do it PDF format. I can also do it save as image format. Or you can also directly print it. Okay. So this is all about how one can do network analysis. Last concept for today and for the entire workshop, that is AI coding. That is artificial intelligence coding in ATLAS.ti. Version number 22 was not having artificial intelligence. Version number 24 introduced three features of ATLAS.ti AI coding part. That is automatic coding, or I can call it as a artificial coding. And when it comes to the current version, that is a recent version, it is having four features of artificial intelligence. ATLAS.ti offers a range of AI-powered features designed to streamline and enhance the qualitative data analysis process. So if you look at the sum of the features, AI coding. Yesterday we have done manual coding. We have spent good amount of time to go through the entire text of entire transcription. We have 3 pages, but imagine that we have 40 pages, 50 pages of each transcription. Or maybe as a part of your review of literature, we have so many documents, right? You can't able to go through entire document. So in that case, one can go for automatic coding, AI coding. We are going to have hands-on practice right now. Artificial intentional coding. When you're talking about AI coding, based on AI, certain algorithms, it is going to give you automatic coding. But when it comes to AI intentional coding, I have some research questions in my mind. Before AI taking its own coding part based on certain algorithms, it should also use my research questions, what is there in my mind as a researcher. AI can give so much of coding by looking at certain similarities patterns, by using certain machine learning or deep learning certain algorithms. But at the same time, you should also consider my research questions in mind while giving codes and themes, so that one can able to see a lot of accuracy, a lot of connectivity, right? AI summaries. You have generated certain codes, and you also want to understand AI should do some analysis for you, little bit, not very extensively. AI should summarize the entire coding or entire document. Document wise, you can do. Coding wise, you can do that. Okay. Lastly, there is a recent update. Conversational AI. I'm sure many of you might be knowing PDF chart, right? We have certain, you can chart with the Atlas TI. You can chart with your document. you can ask what exactly you want to trace, right? You can interact with the ATLAS.ti, artificial intelligence. You can ask questions. Based on that, it's going to answer your data. Okay, so let's have some practice. Please open your open data set. Yeah. Now I want to go for artificial intelligence coding part. Go to search and code. You can see that there are four options are available. AI coding, intentional AI coding, AI summaries, conversational AI. We'll go one by one. Just click on AI coding. As I mentioned it, one can go with the document wise, one can go with the document groups. As we have three documents, let me go with one document. Okay. I'm going with one document. Let's see, three at a time. We have done 5 code. I don't want to use much because I want to use for a longer period of time, right? For upcoming sessions. So I have done one coding. Just click on start coding. It is reading the entire content and it is going to ask you, it is going to take your permission. If you accept it with the license agreement, if you want to read, you can go through the privacy policy. It is saying that I'm going to use your data transcription. I'm not going to share with the third party. Just for the sake of presenting AI coding, I'm going to take this particular data with me. Are you accepting or not? If you say yes, yes, start coding. Those are using version number 22. You may not have this kind of options. Look at here. It took hardly 2 seconds, right? Now we have coding part. Diversity is one code. Employment is one code. Professional development, social impact, disability, equality, motivation, social barriers. These are all codes. It was generated by the uh, artificial intelligence coding part. Now I just want to understand categories. I want to understand the themes and the codes. Okay. Right now we are seeing the themes. These are the themes. 17 codes and 16 categories. We got it. Let me see that. Let me put it list-wise. This is list-wise we are seeing right now. I want to see graph-wise. It is very small. Professional development. As you can see, that service provision. Okay, I can't maximize it. Motivation. So we can able to see list-wise. We can able to see graph-wise. Let me select only few concepts. 6 categories I have selected. I believe it will give 6 categories. Social innovation. No, but basically it's presenting the number of categories that you got it. And you can also go for further coding part. For example, if you click on apply, see that just the codes, you got it. And these are the quotations. It is analyzed document number 1, number of documents 1. From one document, it generated 17 codes. From one document, it generated 17 codes, 4 quotations. Now let me see what he has done it. Just click on done. Now come to the code section, left side. Please scroll your cursor down. Please scroll your cursor down. Code groups, we have it. Yes, yeah. AI codes. AI codes. Just click on it. These are all codes generated by artificial intelligence. These are all codes generated by artificial intelligence. Okay. Just I want to see that. what all codes generated with reference to Vishesh. These are all the codes we got it. Okay. You can export it. You can export it into Excel sheet and you can see later on as well. Let me go to the next option. Intentional AI coding. As a part of intentional AI coding, again, I'm going to go with the case number one, that is doc number one. Click on next after selecting it. Now here you have to give the question. For example, I just want to identify what are the sustainable practices do this enterprises adopt. Okay. I'm just giving only one question. After giving one question, you can give good number of questions. Okay. Just click on next. Next. With reference to my question, it came with one category, that is sustainable practices. Start coding. AI request is too large. Please try again with a few smarter codes. But I hope you understood it. It will show you that if you complete start coding, it will give the coding part. Okay. It is having some problem issue as I'm using trial version, just like you. Now come to the AI summary. I just want to summarize. Okay. I just want to summarize case number one. Okay. Summarize it. Summarize. It summarizes the entire case. It is giving me the summary of the case. Okay. So this is nothing but AI summary. Conversational AI. I just want to talk with the AI. I just want to chat with that. Okay. Click on start chat. Next. Now you can ask questions. Hello, I'm a conversational AI designed to let you chat with your documents, and started reading the documents. And you can talk about what is the impact of this enterprise. You can name it. You can ask any kind of question. Okay. You can ask any kind of question with reference to the context. Just like ChatGPT, but ChatGPT Gemini AI is the best option compared to ATLAS.ti with reference to the conversational AI. Look at here, ATLAS.ti made employment opportunities, supported organizations, training, counseling. I hope you're able to understand, right? This is all about ATLAS.ti software. Save it. Let me talk about review of research papers. I'll be sharing a couple of papers with you all so that you can also see that how people are using ATLAS.ti software. So this is the title of the article. They have used features of the ATLAS.ti, like creating with frequency of the words, like as a part of content analysis. I think there's no much here. Let me go to next. Community members' perceptions on resource-rich well-being. This is a thematic analysis. They have done frequencies. They have done thematic analysis. These are how they have generated the themes. These are the codes. These are the themes they have generated. This is something thematic analysis point of view, how they have presented the data. Next one with reference to content analysis. So these are the codes as a part of the content analysis. If you know the particular theory, if you have coding scheme, accordingly you're going to, based on the frequency wise, We're going to club it for the coding groups. This is a network analysis. So you can also design same kind of network analysis. This is the code data analysis, how concepts are emerging. Okay, you can after exporting an Excel sheet, you can also do it code document analysis, code occurrence analysis. Lastly, one more paper. This is network analysis. You can see that part. Word cloud, network analysis, network, network, network. So these are some of the features of network analysis. One can design it with the help of the NVIVO. And before going for question answer session, so this is our upcoming program on regression test, where we are going to talk about master quantitative data analysis using ChatGPT on last day. And we're also going to provide a template, how one can analyze, how one can interpret the research findings of a regression test, only focusing on regression test. But we'll also talk about basic concepts of hypothesis, what are the different levels of measurement, how to test, how to choose which statistical test is the right test. So this is one concept, we have it. Lastly, if you're interested, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Maybe within a week, I'm going to upload all the videos here. You can also follow my YouTube channel if you're interested further. So with this, I would like to thank each one of you. If there are any questions, please let me know.
There was a question in the chat box about Max CUDA. I'll just check it out.
Can you please share the Clark and Brown book? I'll share the steps explained by the Clark. There are a couple of files, around 3 to 4 files are there. Each one is around 50 pages, 30 pages. Good articles I have it. I'll share definitely. By tomorrow evening, I request all of you to please check it out. What all pending from my side with reference to the resources, e-resources, PPTs. By tomorrow, I'll share by late evening, I'll share with you all everything. Okay. Rangaswamy, please check it tomorrow. Definitely, I'll share it. Yeah. How was the session today? Was it helpful?
It was too much of information to process his mind. That I can say. It will require like 10, 15 days to practice.
It's required, man. Practice is required.
Yes.
Thank you, Rangaswamy. Thank you so much.
It's
Any
a
more?
heavy session.
Do we
It's a
have
heavy
questions?
session.
Yes, Mahesh, please
Mahesh.
go ahead. What is your question?
No, sir. No question, sir. Actually, it's a heavy session. But actually, when I thought to ask you a question that has been clarified actually. Because
That was
initially you have shown 15 codes, right? I just thought to ask you that whether while doing work we have to you have taken those 15 codes only from one document or 3 documents. I'm about to ask, but I understood that it has been taken from all the 3 documents.
that was the reason I stopped it actually. Maybe Vijay Madam also will tell it. Have conducted NVAVO around 10, 15 workshops, maybe ATLAS.ti a couple of workshops. But this time the preparation, I was looking from the participant side, So otherwise, generally you won't find this much PPT. I won't show.
Okay.
I'll show only because as I'm getting feedback, So I want to look at from their angle side as well, step by step.
Hello.
Yes, please, madam.
I'm Jyoti Joshi from Maharashtra. I just wanted to know that this free trial gives a good amount of support, or it is necessary to purchase this software?
It's better to purchase, madam. It's always to go for purchasing because they are showing that actively, if you're going to work continuously, we are going to work for 5 days. Otherwise, it will be for 20 days. Otherwise, maximum 3 months.
Okay. And what is the price of this software?
I think you were not there in the yesterday session. We have discussed. Please, it is coming. There are different versions.
Okay.
Like as a student, if you want to buy it, we have to go up to for 25,000 rupees.
Almost it is about 25,000 for individual. Even if you are going for a group, it will come down again to 21 to 25,000 rupees.
If you are going for a group, it is total cost is 55,000 rupees.
Yeah,
Okay.
For three,
Okay.
for 3 years. For 3
for
years.
3 years.
Oh, for 3 years. Okay.
And
Yes.
I mean, we have 3 years wise. We also have team wise. Also we have it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
in addition, we have student version. We have training version. We have university license. So depends on the requirement. I request
Okay.
you.
You can check the first day recording. Like sir had deeply explained all the content around it,
Yeah.
how to buy it, how to install it. It was
Yeah.
told the first day only, ma'am. So you can check the
Okay.
video again and you can get your clarity on it.
Yes, yes. Sure, sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome and thank you so much.
Do
Yes.
we have more questions on this? Because I know it was literally very heavy for people to process in one day because they were like, I just wanted to see what is the participants' sentiment analysis about this.
I think
There
that
is
is
like
I
chief
think that is
FD.
important right now. Please.
Yes.
Yeah, so I just wanted to speak out since I was talking. This is what I believe is this is one of the fantastic thing which has been shared by Dr. Ambati. And because many of the time we see that research on secondary data or processing the earlier documents that has more value compared to primary data is obviously it is useful, but to move ahead with to identify the trend, it is essential to analyze the earlier documents or the this or the opinion of earlier people what they have said. So on the basis of that we can move ahead. Since I belong to social sciences and humanities, so obviously that matters a lot. So this particular FDP definitely has given enlightened me in a right way to analyze so many things. So there is so many things which is processing in my mind, as madam has rightly said that it will take 1 week or to understand. I thought that is it worth to purchase this software and to move ahead? So it was really a wonderful session, 3 days. Some of the part I missed because of my busy schedule. But
Thank
then
you, ma'am.
also I could
Thank you
say
so much for
I
your
will just go through last 3 days sessions and I'll work out on it. Thank
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks for your kind words. Sir Sagar, sir, yes, we had earlier planned it to be 5 days, but know, sir is very busy. It's very difficult to get his appointment, even for 2 days.
No, no, ma'am.
We
No,
managed it for 3 days.
not too busy, but we have some other regular
Yeah,
work.
it's worth for at least a week or so that the people like us, we can just process it properly and we can study. So right now it is too heavy for us to digest. So
Yes, ma'am.
it's really nice. Thank you.
Actually, we had discussed like more than 5, 6 concept in one day, like 2 hour. Especially in like 1 hour, we had discussed 6 concepts. So I believe it will be very difficult to process everything by today only. But we'll be sharing the documents, we'll be sharing the recordings, we'll be sharing the summary, AI generated summaries also, so that you can process the entire step, how to do sentiment analysis, content analysis, thematic analysis, everything what has been taught today. So you all can use all these content to like further process your data, further use it in your study so that our FDP can be of help to all of you. But meanwhile, if you have any question, we can discuss it right now. Anything you want, not only from this FDP, anything related to data analysis, where which test can be applied, or anything related, anything, any question is coming out in your mind, kindly do ask it right now because getting sir on platform is very difficult.
Sir, actually, I understood that the practical application of sentiment analysis, but the practical application of content application, I'm a bit confused that where it will be really applicable and how to use it.
See, when it comes to media, cultural studies, mass communication, news reporting, even if you are referring to particular theory, right? So in that case, you want to identify the what are the concepts are coming. For example, I want to talk about before the elections, how many politicians are referring to sustainable development goals. So what I'll take newsletters, news articles published in Times of India or Hindustan, couple of newspapers. I'll give specific time period. Before the elections, 6 months. How many politicians are referring to sustainable development goals? How many times they are referred? And what are the most repeated goals they're talking about it? Is there any politician referring to sustainable development? That was my question, right? If they, yes, how many times they are talking about it? It is based on news
You
articles.
mean like the question which you raise, it may be an objective in your research paper,
Yes, yes, yes.
then
Hmm.
right? Then
Yes.
only it will be useful, right, sir? To
Yes.
answer that one, we use this content analysis concept and we can
Yes.
present it in our writing.
Like you can present it frequencies, word clouds, number of
Yeah,
concepts,
yeah,
number of times
yes.
repeated. No,
Yeah,
No.
understood.
That's what it's called,
Yeah,
content.
thank you.
Please.
Yeah, yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. So, any more questions? Shall we end the session? Or
Do we have any more question on this?
there are some foreign candidates, 2 or 3
Yes,
people.
there are 5 foreign candidates with us, and
Okay.
mainly 4 are from like Ethiopia.
Okay, very good. Okay, I can able to see 1 or 2 people. Professor
Yes, Agni Girma,
Girma, we have any
Shatu,
questions? Was it
yes,
helpful to you?
Muhammad Amir is also from Ethiopia only.
Okay.
And I cannot pronounce the name of the country. I missed the name. It's Adidas or Adas, Abba, something like this.
Okay. So I hope it's all. Maybe as I mentioned, as even our participant mentioned, we have to go for practice first of all. Try to watch the recorded sessions 1 or 2 times. We also have other scholars, so please attend maybe other.